What is going on, guys? This is JG and Jude of the Droid Syndicate team bringing you a video on my Nexus 7 first impression. Now before I begin, I really want to let you guys know that this isn't going to be one of those reviews where they just go over all the specs, they really just go over all the features. This is going to be a review for those consumers out there that actually want to know whether or not they should get this device. Now the first thing I want to go over is really how the operating system works, how Jelly Bean works, how everything really is. I must say Jelly Bean is really smooth. Scrolling through emails, really nice there. As you can see, I actually accidentally clicked on that. But yeah, scrolling through, really nice, really smooth. It really does give you that nice Android-ish Jelly Bean experience. It's just really awesome. Now if you go ahead and click on your apps there, you can see that it sort of flows in really nice. It just sort of has a really nice transition through. And what I did notice is that there is no vibration on this device, so you're not going to have any vibration on this device, so that it might be a downfall for some people, but you'll eventually get used to it with the sound and stuff. Now if it turns the volume, you can see there some sounds there. But when you click on that, you can see that there's actually a sound. So it does give you some sort of feedback if you do have the sound enabled, but normally I have the sound off, so it is sort of going to affect me using this tablet. But scrolling through apps and widgets, it's just really smooth. You really can't go wrong with the smoothness of this tablet. If you're looking for a smooth tablet, this is the tablet to go with. For $200, you really can't go wrong with this tablet. Now, running games, running really processor intensive tasks is just really impressive. You can see here the little animations are just really smooth. Scrolling through widgets, you just want to scroll through really slow. You can see it's just smooth. I really can't emphasize how smooth the tablet is with the quad-core processor. It really does a great job. Now let's go ahead and play again. Let's play Reckless Racing 2. This is a really great game. If you have this tablet, I really recommend getting it for this tablet. It's a very nice game. Now if you go to career, let's go ahead and play a game. Let's go ahead and race a normal race. You can see that the speaker is relatively loud. You can see the speakers right here on the back. It's really nice, and I really like it. But yeah, let's go ahead and turn this down a little bit. So Reckless Racing, you sort of have these little things down here, and you can just sort of drive. And the graphics are really good, actually. It's not really sort of graphic-wise. It's just that the textures are really good, I guess. There's no lag at all. It's really smooth, almost actually too smooth. Just amazingly smooth. Once again, just how smooth this tablet really just boggles my mind. I don't know how they made it that smooth while it being just $200. It's just really amazing. And most people are actually comparing this to the Kindle Fire and other e-readers, and as Marquez said in his sort of review, it's sort of an insult to this tablet if you compare it to such low-end devices like this. This is a high-end device. I know some people are using the word budget device, but even though it's cheap may not mean that it's a budget device. This is sort of contradicting itself, because it's really a cheap tablet price-wise, but it really does perform way out of its price line, and it's just amazing. Now if you press home, you can see it just goes home instantly, and if you want to go back, you can just press that, and there you go, it's right there. Multitasking is just really awesome on this device as well. Go ahead and exit out of these. Now watching YouTube videos is actually pretty cool. Let's go ahead and watch a YouTube video. Let's look through our feed, see if we can find a video that we like. Try not to get any copyright infringement while listening to a song. Let's go ahead and watch a video that Technology rated. Crazy iPod reviewer, you can see right here. Just that it looks really smooth. It takes up the whole screen actually, but I did notice that there are some sort of black bars here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there. There's actually sort of black bars right up there, and you can see that. But if we go home, that is pretty much YouTube videos. Now, pretty much all the Google apps come with this, since it being a Nexus device. It does come all of the Google apps. Now, you might be seeing Super SU right there. You can see Super SU. That actually did come with me rooting the device. So this device is rooted as of now. It's not running any ROMs or anything. It's just rooted, so you don't have to worry about anything being different. Now what I want to go over is the camera. So if you go into camera, this is actually an app that you have to install via the Play Store. Type in camera launcher. You can see right there, camera launcher for Nexus 7. You go ahead and install that, and it's going to open up the camera. It's going to act as your normal Jelly Bean camera app. So if you take a picture, you can see there that it's right there, and that's pretty cool. It's a decent camera for just being 480p video quality. I'm not sure whether it's 1.3 megapixels picture quality or not. I'm really not sure. But yeah, you can still zoom in on your pictures that you take as well, and I'd say it's pretty decent for being a front-facing camera. It's obviously not going to beat any other camera on the market, but I'd say it's pretty nice. Now to get into the design of the tablet itself, go ahead and turn it off there. You can see that it's still relatively thin, and these metal accents on the side really remind me of the HTC Evo 4G LTE. It sort of actually feels like it too, but I'm pretty sure it's plastic, even though it does feel like metal. Now the back is sort of a rubber plastic. It's sort of not, I'm not sure if it's plastic or not, but it is sort of a hard rubberish, feels pretty sturdy actually in the hand, and it's just really nice soft material. I'm not sure if it's leather, rubber, or plastic. I'm really not sure. It sort of feels like everything in between. But you can see you got Nexus sort of embalmed right there. Couldn't really find the right word for saying that, Nexus, but yeah, it's pretty great. Asus looks pretty cool, and of course the speaker grill. Now you have the USB on the bottom and the 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the side here you actually do get the, let me try and get a good angle. You can see here that you have the volume rocker and the power button. Now these sort of take used to of pressing because they're actually sort of tilted on the side of the device, so you sort of have to get your finger down there and press it, and then you can see that you got your lock screen right there. And yeah, Google Now is actually very great on this device. I'm really impressed. So let's say, how tall is Mount Everest? You can see it comes up right there, and that's really fast. Google Now is really deeply integrated into this device, and it's pretty awesome. You can see information, if you want to look at images. It's just overall really great. Now multitasking is really great on this device as well. So let's say we want to open Play Store, Gmail, YouTube, Talk, and Music. And we press our Recents button, and just flowish wise, you can just really go to anything you want. It's very smooth. You really can't go wrong with this with multitasking. It's just awesome. And then if you simply want to just get rid of all of those, you can just swipe them away like so, and it's just really awesome. They really did a great job on that. Now if you do actually go into Chrome, Chrome isn't really the best browser right now. I do not know why they included it as the default browser, but to get rid of it you can simply flash a ROM that has the ice cream sandwich browser and it'll be a lot faster. But since this is just the stock device, you do actually get Chrome. Now Chrome doesn't really work well on this device. Now overall it's okay, but just looking through web pages, it is extremely buggy and laggy. I really don't like it at all. Let's go on a really sort of high power website, full website, no mobile browser. You can see that sort of scrolling through is sort of a little bit jaggedy. It doesn't really look like that on the screen. You can see that it was sort of blank there for a little second. Scroll through, you can see it's sort of blank. It just has little things like that, and it really doesn't really give you that sort of Android browser experience. It's sort of, like I said, it's sort of jaggedy. I'm not really a big fan of it. So if you want to go with something else, you can always go with Firefox or Opera or whatever. But for now, I'm just going to stick with Chrome because it is still really fast, even though it is sort of jaggedy a little on the edges. But yeah, you still have full tablet integration with the tabs. You can just have a bunch open, go to The Verge, or you can go to CNET or PhoneDog. And then if you simply want to drag them over, you can do that as you would in the full browser version. Navigation on this device is actually pretty great too. Now as you can see, I really can't show you it, but if you do have a Wi-Fi hotspot, then you can actually have really great navigation. I really like the navigation that Google has put into it. And also just maps. Everything maps wise looks really great on this device. If you go to Google Earth, you can see here we actually go to our location. You can see it's just no lag at all. It just zooms in right in on my location. That is pretty awesome. And let's stop that there. You guys do not need to see my house. But anyways, yeah, the screen on this is really gorgeous. The screen is just amazing. Let's go ahead and watch a YouTube video. Let's say Nature HD. Let's go ahead and watch this video. Let me turn the sound all the way off for no copyright infringement. And you can see here that the colors just really pop. Looks really nice. Go ahead and load that up. You can see that it's just great colors. Let me zoom in. Really great colors. 720p screen. It's just awesome for playing HD video. Just amazing colors. I really can't. Yeah, enough said right there. You would really have to see it in real life to get the full experience of it, but even on my camera looking at it, it still looked pretty good. But yeah. Now running speed tests were pretty good. If we want to go ahead and begin a test here, this is on my Wi-Fi network. I get about 20 down usually. And you can see there, actually getting almost 23 there for a second. And then I get about 10 up. Actually 5 up right there. And if you're wondering what internet service provider I have Cox.net. And also battery life on this device is extremely amazing. I used it for a full day, probably a couple hours of reckless racing. Really awesome on battery life. Pretty sure you got a 4,250 milliamp hour. I'm not for sure. That's really just came up at the top of my head. But yeah, this is one day, 18 hours, 45 minutes, 58 seconds on the battery, and I got 55%. Screen 68%, media server 9%. Now, pretty much the only thing I was using at this time, one day in 18 hours, was pretty much just Wi-Fi and the screen. So I wasn't using any GPS, really anything. I was just using Reckless Racing 2, YouTube a lot, and the screen, of course. Now, I did have it on auto brightness, which is this brightness, and I'd say it was just really outstanding. Now, you'll notice that the notification bar sort of does come up as this screen here. It sort of doesn't really take up the whole screen. Now on my Galaxy Nexus, you can see that when you take it down, it actually does take down the full screen. So that might be a little problem for some people, but I think it fares well. And when you actually hold it landscape, they really thought big on this here. When you drag it down, it's going to show up on the left side. Now, this is really easy because if you have a notification right here, and if the notification bar was in the middle, then you're going to have to reach all the way over and press it. So, luckily they were thinking, and you can actually just press it right there. So that's always really cool, and I'm sure it might be on the same on this side. Nope, it's actually still on the left side. But yeah, it'd be really cool if you could sense if you're left-handed or right-handed, and it would show up on either side, depending on what hand you are. Now this is a really great device. If you're thinking about picking up, I recommend it. Hands down, best $200 tablet, probably the only $200 tablet in this category. The Nexus 7 really does define its own category of high-end 7-inch devices, and it's really shown. It's really making a big impact on the market. I'm not sure if it can compete with the iPad. Google isn't really marketing very well in their camping commercial. They actually did a commercial on this device with camping, and it made no sense because they were in their backyard using Wi-Fi. And I'll have a link to the description. I will link in the description of that video. It's just really funny just to see that they were using this Wi-Fi only device while they're camping. It doesn't really make sense because when you're camping, you're supposed to be away from technology. But I don't know, they found a way to make the commercial happen. But yeah, overall, this device, solid 10. Just go for it. If you see one and if you have the money, just pick it up. I'm really fortunate to have my hands on this device. I'm really happy. It's just an awesome device, and I'm really looking forward to using it in a couple more days. Pretty awesome. I would like to give a huge shout out to What Would Josh Do, DMK Android, Rockadell Edits, and TGN Technology. all of those 4 YouTubers have brought me so far on YouTube to where I am today. It's just amazing. I give a huge thank you to every single person that has supported me. I thank my viewers, I thank my subscribers, I thank everybody that has brought me to where I am today. My parents, Droid Syndicate, TGN, What Would Josh Do, DMK Android, Rockadell Edits. All of you have played a key role of getting me to where I am today, and I thank all of you for it. It's impacted my life greatly. I really can't explain it. It's just been an amazing experience, and I wish to continue it. And yeah, I just want to put that out there because all of you guys really deserve a big thank you. So yeah, thanks guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you all later.